Hey, what's up guys, Arava here, welcome back to another episode of my F1 2019 Manager Career Mode here with Red Bull for round number 2 at the Dubai GP in this new season here with Red Bull, Porsche, with Wehrlein and Verstappen. If that's surprising to you, saying that sentence, then you clearly haven't watched the previous 2 episodes, and be sure to go check those one out before you see this one uploaded in the last 2 days on the channel, the start of this season and then round number 1 of the season, which was very, very exciting, definitely. Coming away from that, I think it's going to be a very hectic season, and I've got to say, I'm surprised that some of you guys are surprised that I still make mistakes in this game, because I definitely just do. I don't pay enough attention. I definitely would be better at this game if I paid more attention, but I think it's funnier and more fun if I just don't pay as much attention to the game. Otherwise, it's a bit too easy. Sometimes you can work the in and outs of the game and just do amazing every time. So yeah, I make a fair few mistakes here and there, but it's all good and fun. It keeps everything quite balanced, actually, because our car is also number 1. So, you know, if I really concentrated, I think I could probably dominate these Grand Prix, but I think it's a bit more fun, a bit more random if I do make a few little odd mistakes here and there. And also at the same time, that's just me when it comes to a game when it's not, you know, actually driving myself. I kind of just lose focus a little bit when it's just a mouse clicking away. So we attempted a quick pits off of Verstappen last race. It resulted in a mistake. We had to go for it. I'm gonna say that. Morale wise, they're not gonna change. That's all fine. Pit crew wise, I think we're all good at the management side. You know, auto manager is working a treat. Don't need to hire anyone new, because if I click hire, we have to replace someone. So I just don't want to replace anyone, because I like who we've got at the moment. We've got basically a whole pit crew set that are all like 19 and 20. So why would we ever like leave them? I mean, look at that. 19, 18, 20, 20, 19, 19, 19. This guy's 13, but that's on refueling, actually. Oh, I forgot about that. There's now a refueling person. So I might need to look into that, because we've only got a level 18 there, I can see, behind this auto management on refueling. So that's pretty okay, actually. Or is that 18 or is it something else? No, I think that's 18. So maybe I need to look out for that. So next time there's a pit crew thing, I will look out for a refueling person. But I don't think like necessarily we've got a bad one. Just right now the management's putting a level 13 there guy in there. So we're going to move on then. We're going to look ahead to designing a new part, because that's something we didn't do last episode, actually, before episode 1, which maybe was a bit of a mistake. But also, to be fair, our car was looking so good. I just wanted to see where we kind of stood, really. Gearbox, we've already gone down from 1st to 3rd, I think, in one episode. So I think gearbox is something we should focus on, and also the front wing. I'm going to do gearbox though first, because that was something we really focused on last season, and it worked out quite well. So we'll go 25 to max there. That'll take 4.4 days, so quite easy, actually, you know. What's that, like 13 days before the Grand Prix? So we'll move on then. Car repair is going to get done. Obviously, it's going to take like 2 more days for the car repair to get done at the start of the season, because we've got so many things to repair. Reliability-wise, we were a little bit iffy with Verstappen at the end of the race, but obviously I bodged his strategy by running him out of fuel, so it didn't really matter in the end. So hopefully we can have a better race with Verstappen and get him on the board as well. And this time I will think, last time we gave Wehrlein the better engine, which was... It's slightly better. It's actually not that much better. It's like 30 points better. Which, to be fair, that might be quite a lot, really, in engine terms. So this time I'll swap them around. I'll give Verstappen the better engine, and I'll give Wehrlein like a better, I don't know, like something else that we gave Verstappen better last time, just to kind of keep it fair, keep them swapping, so we're, you know, alternating, pretty much having an equal car, but the departments where they're better at, we're swapping around at what they're better, because obviously better components will work better at different circuits. So just trying to make sure everything's kind of fair and a good fight, obviously. And I don't want to try and, you know, obviously we made a mistake with Verstappen setup. That wasn't intentional. It was just a case of, obviously, I was focused on Wehrlein fighting Da Costa, and I thought I'd had enough fuel ready to keep Verstappen burning, but Verstappen definitely burns a bit more fuel than Wehrlein. I noticed that when we're in the fuel saving phase of the Grand Prix, Wehrlein was so easy to keep under-fueled, in check on the fuel, whereas Verstappen was not, which is something I'm not used to, because remember, when we were Gasly was the one that was bad at fuel saving, so I was too used to Verstappen being the good one, so that's why I just kind of lost focus with him not with the fuel, because I just assumed he'd be good, but in reality, compared to Wehrlein, he was a little bit worse, and we didn't actually have that much fuel to burn. We had like a little bit extra, but eventually we went back in negative, so you have to watch out on that, for sure. But obviously that was what the whole first race is about, guys. It's all a learning process in the first race. It's always chaos. I mean, Da Costa won. I don't think you're going to be expecting a Ferrari to be winning many races this season. I mean, they fell off major last season, and they lost their 2-star drivers, so I didn't really think they're going to be right up there. They are, but I don't think that'll be a regular occurrence, I don't think. It might be be sort of there or thereabouts. But I don't expect them to win many races this season. I mean, they might later on, but right now they are the third best car, and right now I'm the second best car now. Mercedes are back ahead on paper apparently, so that didn't take very long for them. Right, we've got a new gearbox though. Let's see how this one is. This is going to be the better one. It's already 71% reliable, actually. That's absolutely banging. So we're going to remove that one, add that on. I will continue doing performance with these because we may as well. Going to do a bit more reliability. 31. Actually, you know what? Let's go. Let's blast these for like 2 days, and then I'm gonna remove them because they're pretty much okay. 85, that's fine. 86, that's good. 85, that's fine. I'll do these for a little bit longer. I'll do one more day on that. And that's 83, 76, 81. Okay, I'll keep those. I'll add these 2 brakes on. What else haven't we done? We haven't done the rear wing, and we haven't done the front wing. I don't have enough space for the front wing, so I'll just blast those for a little bit. We'll design another new part. Gearbox now, we're still not over third, so I'll continue on with that, I think. Or should we do a front? I'll do a front wing now. Spread it out a little bit. So plus 20, that'll take 2.4 days. So that's pretty damn calm. So we'll move on then. So we're building 2 new parts this episode already. And we didn't build any last episode. So I'll add that on. What's the front wing saying? That's already better. 71% reliability. The new parts we make are more reliable than the older ones we have. It's absolutely brilliant. So I will now... I will not remove any parts yet. I just need to go for a little bit longer on those. Design new part. Right. We'll do another gearbox then. 25 to max. And then, ooh, risk level. Both of these have a risk level. That's not great. I'm going to have to just... I'm going to have to choose one of them because... Well, if I don't get another iteration. So, should I just go plus 50 reliability? But that's a plus 35 red zone. That's pretty horrendous. I guess we just have to go for a risk level. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess we just won't use that part then. That's going to be a bit of a wasted part, I guess. But we need to get the iteration done because... Well, you need to get it done, because otherwise you won't get to the next part. So, we'll move on by, like, 3 days. We're going to travel to Dubai very soon. So, let's remove that engine. Keep that on. I want to add this front wing. Is that the better front wing, or is this the better front wing? That's the better front wing. So, we're going to use this one and this one. That one's 71% already, so I'll improve this 58%. That's pretty damn pathetic. 58% compared to 71. Mail-wise, report 0% chance of rain. Of course, it's Dubai. So, we're going to move on then. Upcoming vote as well. I'm wondering if you're interested in voting in favour of the addition of the Ardennes GP Track A. I'm not going to sell my vote, but I probably will vote in favour of Zak Brown because I like the Ardennes track, and it's a shame we don't have it on the calendar anymore. So we're going to move through then. 1 day before Dubai, just want to quickly check this again. 83, 70, okay, they're pretty, yeah, I just need to keep them on until Dubai, don't I? So we'll move on then and travel to the Grand Prix. Right, fit parts-wise, Alpine Stars, tyre selection's very low. We'll use lots of super soft tyres. I mean, last time we pretty much found out with the fuel... I mean, you're basically just not going to use medium tyres, are you? Just because there's no point if you're going to have to fill up fuel. Fit parts now. Like I said, we'll swap the engine round. So, Verstappen can have that engine. And then Wehrlein can have that brake set. So that's the only thing I'm going to swap. The rest of it I'll keep the same. But basically, I've given now Verstappen the better engine, but Wehrlein the better brakes now. So doing a bit of a swap from last episode. So let's get into practice. Alright, so bringing both drivers in then. We've done a lot of laps already on this stint. I just went out for a long stint really to get the tyre knowledge first, and then I'll do this setup really. And probably actually a good thing, because both of their setups are actually pretty damn good. So I don't have to do too much tweaking, hopefully, on the setup. But with 3 greats, again, I don't know where to go really with this one. We're looking pretty high on downforce there. Same thing with Wehrlein, but he's excellent. He's got nowhere else to go really. But both could go lower, but I don't... where do I go with him? He's also 93% as well, though, even though he says excellent. Handling-wise, I'm going to say understeer then. Let's see how that goes, and then go towards top-end speed. Let's see if that... Is that anything? I don't know. 4 laps. We'll stay on super soft tyres. I've chosen super soft tyre knowledge because, like last episode we saw, really, it seems that, you know, with refueling back, you don't need to worry too much about tyre wear, which is a bit of a shame, really. But it's just the new mantra, the new meta we're going with for this season. So I'll tweak that with Verstappen, see if that higher downforce is going to work out there. But both should get level 3 pretty easy on race trim and the super soft tyres, and so it will be good for the race in terms of that. I also just clocked, and yes, before anyone puts it in the comments, yes, I forgot to put the new parts we just made, which is one or two new gearboxes, 1 new gearbox and 1 new front wing. I am a dummy. whatever. Just roll with it. Just roll with it. It's nothing new. You're probably not surprised. Right, both drivers now have 2 excellents and 1 great on their setup there. The percentage-wise on the number, let's just have a quick check here. We're looking pretty damn good. 97%, and then with Wehrlein, let's have a look. He's only got knowledge of... okay, for a second there, I was going to know why. He's got low. 97%. So both drivers are all good. So we'll just sit in the garage, really. Got 5 minutes to go. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? Let's send them out on soft tyres. May as well. I mean, we got the time to burn. May as well get some extra knowledge, even though it won't matter really. But better than maybe sitting in the garage. Maybe their form will go up a little bit in terms of going around the track. But once again, our car looks pretty strong. Once again, though, surprise, Ferrari are kind of right up there. But Auer and Hamilton also there. And Hamilton's only used medium tyres, it looks like, so far. So we don't know the true pace of the Mercedes car. And they are number 1 on paper. Ferrari are 3rd on paper, and they're looking good. So I think Mercedes are yet to really turn up this season. Obviously, Hamilton crashed out of last race, so we're really yet to see how Hamilton's OPAI turns up this season. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously, with the random grid, we just don't know really what the 1-lap pace is until we have the race and see what the race pace is. But right now in practice form, we're looking pretty good still. So let's get into this then. Verstappen leads now, so I think that engine probably does make more of a difference than I think, with Verstappen up there in P1, but obviously if I'm swapping them round over and over again, then it's kind of fair. So here we go then, to the random grid. Where are we? I don't see any of our grey cars. I think that might be one over there. Let's see. It's P12 and 20. Verstappen's been done dirty. All the way to the back. Bottas leads the way for Renault. Then you got Leclerc and the Williams on 2nd place. Let's have a quick look here and scan. Hamilton's P10. He's got an injury. Hamilton's injured this Grand Prix with P10. Verlein's there. Auer P13. Vettel and Renault P15. Ricciardo. Verstappen P20. Da Costa is in 22nd place. So he's behind us at least. Where is Rossi? I miss Rossi. Where on earth is the American? He is... I've completely missed him. Where is he? His picture... His face is quite a generic face, I feel, Rossi. So I kind of missed him. He's there. He's literally... It was right there. That's how generic his face is. He's just right there. So Ferrari got... Ferrari been absolutely done. So that's kind of good for us. And with Wehrlein up in P12, he could have a good start maybe and have a good getaway. Right. Anyway, knowledge. Probably super soft tyres, you would say, because, well, I mean, I'm going to assume that the refueling, again, is going to be the dictator, because we have a 26-lap fuel tank, 63 laps, so we fill up 3 times, and Bob's your uncle, you're good for the race. Of 78 laps, that will have you 3 different tanks of fuel, and if we're using overtake mode at some point, then yeah, definitely. So... let's say we're going to aim for lap 20 on the first stint, because let's say I'm going to use the fuel quite a fair bit in the first stint, so we'll aim for lap 20. The tyres should go easily to lap 20, so that's all good. So both drivers in the same boat. We'll go attack, overtake mode, and let's get into this. Here we go then, to 5 red lights, to the Dubai GP, round number 2. Let's have a better one with Verstappen this time round. 5 lights are out, and we're underway to fast start by one of the Ferrari cars of Rossi, that is, and also Da Costa. Verstappen slow. Wehrlein is down to P13 apparently, up ahead, so he's not had a great start as well. Let's fast forward this then and see how this goes. Wehrlein eventually making his way through a lot of traffic there. Wehrlein P12, P12 now, momentarily down to P13. Verstappen's now making his way through, P16 around the outside of Sebastian Vettel in the Renault there, struggling, and we're also side by side with the Works Porsche car, I think that was, as we are finding a bit of issue with traffic, and oh, the Porsche man has crashed, I think that's the Porsche car. No, it's the Audi car, my bad. The Audi man has crashed. He's gone straight into the barrier. Yellow flags, no safety car though. And Verstappen was just about to overtake a McLaren of Norris. He's up into P13, that's good. Meanwhile, Wehrlein up into P6. And Leclerc is leading in a Williams car. That's an odd sentence to say, but it's happened. Meanwhile, where's everyone else? Bottas P6 in the Renault, Hamilton's P8 and Merc. Fittipaldi's now taking the race lead in the Haas car, which is pretty crazy, but that's cool. Fittipaldi and Leclerc battling. Look at that. That's quite a nice battle, actually, for P1. Wehrlein, meanwhile, just overtaken down the inside of the Haas car. He's up into P4. Verstappen still needs to get a move on here. He's in P12, going around the outside of Rossi now. Come on, lad, come on. Here we go. Let's use some auto ERS as well and use some of that. No, Rossi comes back at us. We'll go medium now, just not to wear out the tyres too much. We'll stay on overtake mode because we've still got a lot of laps left in the tank. And we have set the fast lap of the Grand Prix now. Verstappen's P4. Wehrlein, I missed it. He's up in P1. He's doing a fabulous job. Right, looking good. Looking good, mate. Looking good. Right, let's go conserve now because those tyres are starting to overheat a little bit. And we'll go conserve with Verstappen as he now goes P3. Let's use some ERS to push away from that Racing Point car, please, of Lance Stroll. And we'll try and chase after Leclerc in the Williams. So we're looking very good to be in the driving seat. Going to go down to high fuel now. And just take that a little bit easier. Because obviously if we have a little bit more fuel in the tank left over, it's better, it makes a faster pit stop basically. And so now we watch Verstappen chasing after and overtaking Leclerc with ease. It's now 1-2 for our Red Bull Porsche team. So, we were in a similar situation last race and then it fell away from us a little bit. Let's try and control this now and try and get this. Remember, we've put pressure on ourselves because we've told our chairman we can get first place. So if we don't win enough races, we will be on thin ice. So we have to win a decent amount of races this season for us to not get fired. And oh, it's been a Mercedes civil war. Hamilton and Auer have both crashed out the Grand Prix. That is a madness. That is a madness. Mercedes civil war. They've absolutely messed it up. And now Ferrari will be in the driving seat to be the second team there with Rossi and Da Costa. What is going on with Mercedes this season? Mad. Hamilton's crashed twice now. And now he's crashed out his teammate. That is crazy. This season is really up in the air. Really up in the air. Mad. Well, Raikkonen, who's crashed now out of this Grand Prix, so I don't know what he's playing at here. Meanwhile, Wehrlein still doing a great job, 3.9 ahead of Verstappen. Verstappen is catching. I've had Wehrlein on neutral, and Verstappen, well, you can see at the moment he's conserving, but we're on high fuel, so that high fuel's helping him out a little bit. 4 seconds the gap, so he's closing in. Rossi is a major gap away, but I think he's already made a pit stop, unless he's started on soft tyres. But he's going low fuel, so he's clearly turning down the engine a little bit, saving a lot of fuel. So that's maybe why he's got a huge gap to us there. So we're looking pretty good. 7 laps to go with Verstappen on that fuel, and he should be fine to lap 22. To be fair, Wehrlein's also the same way. Probably could go high fuel with him as well now. Oh, but what the? Magnussen's had a refueling issue. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. There's a fire in the pit lane. Someone call the fire brigade. Lads, you're not doing much work there. That's still on fire. That's still very much on fire. Lads, it's not going out, guys. It's not going... Oh, there we go. Finally. Jesus. I've never seen that animation in this game. That was amazing. Right. We've had a Mercedes Civil War and a pit lane fire. That's, yeah, this episode's had it all. This season's got it all, really, at the moment. Right, anyway, sit rep, still P1 on lap 20. And we're looking good. We're getting towards the end of the tyre life, though. Lap 20, like we said, that's where we wanted to go to. So, really, now, I'm going to go overtake mode and attack with Wehrlein. And, obviously, he's the number 1 on the track, so he'll have the first priority for the pit stop. So, we'll pit in, probably on this lap, I would think, actually. No, we'll go on for more lap. We got a bit more pace. Oh, and the safety car is just... Oh, that's bad timing for Wehrlein. Oh, that's bad timing for both the cars. Oh, what the hell? The safety car came out at the worst time for both our cars. Right, in that case, we'll go low fuel. And we're both going to have to double stack then in the pit lane. Right, fast pit stop for Wehrlein. I'm going to go balanced pit stop for Verstappen. Because I don't... Well, actually, we could go fast. I trust our pit crew. Let's go fast. Park conditions unchanged, fuel up for the entire thing, new super softs go. Right, this is going to have to be a really good double stack. There is a bit of a gap there. I don't know, 8 seconds worth. Let's back Verstappen up quite a fair bit. Let's see how this works out. Right, double stack, come on team, come on. Come in, right, pit stop. Ooh, it's going to be close. Oh, a little bit of lost time, maybe 2 seconds of lost time there with Verstappen. And, oh no, we've had a battery broken, ERS disabled for Verstappen. That might be a bit tricky now at this race. That's happened twice now. It seems to be happening a lot more now with this advanced ERS compared to the more simple ERS we had last time. Right, so his battery's disabled. That's unfortunate. Oh, I need to go low for you. Right, we've still got a 1-2 here, but now under the safety car, Verstappen might just have a bit of pressure now from Rossi with the ERS there. Well, he will have pressure because Rossi's just there. So... that's annoying. That's really annoying. I wanted to make sure Verstappen had a good episode this time round, and now his battery's disabled. That's gonna be a very challenging thing to do now. Right, we are oh, it's green flags. My bad. Let's go overtake mode. Right, let's see. Verstappen, is he going to get overtaken by Rossi? ERS is way too powerful there, and he is overtaken by Rossi. Let's see, though. Can we come back at him as we get up into third place, overtaking Lance Stroll? Rossi still P2, 3.8 the gap. Wehrlein sets the fast lap of the Grand Prix, no surprise. But let's see, the gap is 4 point... No, Da Costa's got a pass as well. The ERS is playing a major part here, and having it disabled is not helping us. But now we're catching back up. Come on, lad. Right, sit rep on lap 33 then. Verstappen is still P4. Rossi is now gone away and chasing after Wehrlein, 3.8 the gap. We're saving a bit of fuel now and tyre wear at this stage. Da Costa is ahead of us now, and by 4 seconds the gap's grown a little bit. We did kind of keep it under wraps a little whilst I was pushing Verstappen, but now we have to conserve a little just to make sure we're working out on the tyre temps. We'll go back to neutral, but... It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be a very big ask for Verstappen to close back up with disabled ERS. It very much is going to be a very hard job. And Wehrlein, meanwhile, 4 seconds ahead. I still feel, to be honest, a bit of pressure from Rossi there in P2. So I'm not set yet on Wehrlein being able to take this home. And again, it's annoying because, like I said, I wanted Verstappen to do well this episode, and instead he's going to be screwed over again, really. But this was just a potluck, basically, of if it gets disabled or not. Right, Wehrlein's got worn tyres. He's over the cliff. I need to really back that up. Verstappen, meanwhile, I'm going to push hard now. I'm going to pit in very soon. Going to overtake Da Costa. We've overtaken Da Costa there, so we have got him back without ERS. That's good. Good pace there by Verstappen. Keep going, mate. Keep going. Right, up into second place. Da Costa's pit. We're going to pit now with Verstappen. Super soft tyres. Fuel option. Fill up to the end. We've got 19 laps remaining. 25 laps of fuel. I need to fill up Verstappen more than we've got left because I need fuel to burn with the lack of ERS. So we'll go with fast pit stop there. Wehrlein, where are you, mate? Where are you? You're still going around. You've gained 1.8 there. Let's pit you as well. We can do... there's 7 seconds. We can't do a double stack. Okay, Wehrlein, you go on for one more lap, mate. You have to go on for one more lap. I'm sorry. Right, Verstappen's in. He's made his pit stop. Wehrlein continues on. We'll pit in now with Wehrlein. Super softs. Fuel option. Fill up. We'll go with 22 laps of fuel. So we're not going majorly overboard, but still enough. Risk level, I don't want to risk the charge, so we'll go medium with risk on the charge up there. Verstappen's refueled. He's good. No mistake there. Right. Excess fuel. Neutral. Let's go. Right. Wehrlein, where are you, mate? Okay, come in. Use all that fuel. Coming in, boss. All that fuel. There we go. Right. In. Refuel in. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, really? Even on medium? Even on medium there was a mistake there on the battery? This dude needs to be fired. This dude, I'm manually managing this guy and I'm getting rid of him. He's horrendous. He's disabled 2 of our batteries now this race. Right, so both of us need to use our excess fuel in this race. Good, good. Oh my god, Rossi's right there. Rossi is right there. Right, I need to push these tyres now. He's used a lot of ERS to close up on us. We need to flex the engine of the Porsche and get through there. We're back to 2.5. We're still ahead of, we are ahead of Da Costa. We've actually completely jumped him there, and we're 8 seconds ahead of him now, so that's good. If I can try and pressurize Rossi with Wehrlein, that would be the ideal thing. The only thing is I'm wearing my engine out by going overtake mode for this long, but oh well, oh well. Right, 9 laps remaining. Got 11 laps of fuel left, so we're looking still good. Wehrlein's got fuel as well. He's kept the gap to 3.8, but Rossi does discharge some ERS there, and so he's keeping us a little bit honest, because he's still very much there in the background. There he is in the background there. Verstappen is here, though. He's being caught by Da Costa, but we're catching Rossi as well. So we're all bunching up to the end of this Grand Prix. It's going to be very interesting. 2.9 the gap now with Wehrlein to Rossi as he uses more ERS. Let's use some overtake mode now. We've got 8 laps left. We can afford to use overtake mode with both drivers. Verstappen needs to go with high now, because now we're burning a lot of fuel there. Right, Verstappen is 2 seconds into Rossi, and Rossi's got an issue with his car. You can see there the mechanical fault issue. Da Costa is 4 seconds, 5 seconds back from us, but Verstappen is closing. He's got fuel, just about enough fuel. I want to keep on conserve because I need to save tyre wear for the end of this. I think we can outgun Rossi with the tyre wear. Still get this 1-2. Come on, Verstappen. All right, we're closing. We're on medium fuel now. I'll go high. Right, we've got 3 laps left. Push it. Throw the kitchen sink at it, mate. Throw the kitchen sink at it, and then we'll go low fuel if we need to. Come on. Let's go. Come on, closing. Still excess fuel. We'll go flat attack with Wehrlein now. Still excess fuel. 2 laps to go. Let's go high now. Come on, keep going. We're closing in. 1.6 the gap. Final lap of the Grand Prix. You've got to do it now, mate. You've got to do it now. Overtake mode. Come on, mate. You're so close. You're so close. You're so close. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, we're getting close. We're close. We're close. Keep going. Keep going. No, 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 no. Wehrlein. Where is he? Wait, where's Wehrlein? Has he crossed the line yet? No, he will cross the line. All right, Wehrlein will win the Dubai Grand Prix, I'm pretty sure. There we go. Fantastic stuff, mate. Absolutely amazing. Debut win for the, not your first win for the team. Absolutely amazing. And Verstappen was so close. Overtake mode here. But I think the ERS just helped Rossi out there. We still had a little bit of fuel to play around with, but I didn't want to risk it too much. Verstappen got P3. He's on the podium. He's finished ahead of Da Costa at least, which is good, considering Da Costa didn't have any ERS issues and didn't even have a broken car, whereas Rossi did have a broken car at the end there. But Wehrlein won the Grand Prix. Fair play, mate. I mean, to be fair, you know, you didn't have much of a challenge from your teammate because he was kind of disabled out of the entire Grand Prix halfway through that with the disabled ERS a lot earlier than you. But I need to fire that pit crew guy. But 1-3, still a win. That's absolutely solid. But I'm still a little bit annoyed that we couldn't get Verstappen right up there. Definitely next race, my goal is try and get Verstappen a win because I think he deserves it now. I screwed him over in race 1. The pit crew screwed him over this race. He kind of deserves a win now. Right, Scrutineering's all fine. We also got the fast lap of the Grand Prix with Wehrlein, which I forgot about. So that's really good. 27 points in the bank. 1 in 3. You know, no matter the issues, that's very good to see. Double podium. Both Mercs out the race. You know, can't complain. Wehrlein takes the lead, the championship now to Da Costa by 6 points there. Verstappen's now up into P5, so that's good to see. Championship-wise, we're still below Ferrari, 7 points behind them, so they've been very consistent. So we still got some work to do for race number 3, but Mercedes fallen off very high key, P5 behind Renault and Racing Point. That's really quite funny to see, especially after last season where they were our main rivals for the entirety of the season. So, very intriguing second episode there of the season. Still not got everything perfected. It seems like the battery is very prone to failing now with the advanced ERS, and I need to also fire that pit crew guy because he's horrendous. 1.7 though in the bank. Fuel-wise and tyre wear-wise, I feel like I can control that race very well, though. That was under wraps. It was just really the ERS is the thing that messed it up, really. Apart from that, I didn't think much went wrong. Much went wrong in that Grand Prix. We'd have got a 1-2 one for that. So, pit crew-wise, hold on. Auto-manage. I want to manually manage this because where is this guy? Where is this dude? Who is the guy who recharged ERS? It was... was it this dude? First of all, I want to hire a better guy at refueling. 18, hire him. We're going to replace... Who are we going to replace? Who's this guy? Who's this man's we've got here? El Webora. Okay, we're going to hire him and replace him with... where is El Webora? Webora. There we go. Replace this dude. Yep, sorry, mate. Going to sign you. Confirm. He's good in front, Jack, but I need a good guy on refueling. Refueling 20. Lovely. That's much better. Where is that dude that made the mistake on the ERS? There's no ERS category here, so I don't know. I can't remember the guy's name, to be honest. Just have to go back to auto manage. Concentration. Pit stops 19. I'm going to do this guy. We did Simon Rennie before. I'm going to go with the right-hand side guy. 17 and 19 compared to 20 and 17. That's a bit better on the pit stop, maybe, in terms of concentration. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to go for. And also, I need to remember, you know what, I'm just going to make sure I do it right now. I'm going to click the fit parts right now so I don't forget. Front wing to Verstappen. Gearbox. That's a risky gearbox, so I can't do that. I'll do this gearbox and that. Oh, that one's actually better. So I'll keep that there. And that's all good. Right, so, okay, for next episode, the parts have already been chosen. I've not forgotten the new gearbox. That one's just risky. Not going to use that one. So that's all good. So anyway, that's the end of the episode, guys. If you did enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button. Let me know your thought in the comments below. If you're new around here, subscribe for weekly full-on content. I've been Aaron. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.